Hello, hello, happy Friday everybody. Welcome to my channel. I'm Stephanie and it's time for our Friday chat. Only it's Saturday. My apologies, a little bit late this week. So if you're one of my regulars, I'm sorry I wasn't there yesterday, but here I am. So let's chat. This is my weekly sewing and life chat, just a little catch up for everything. And I want to start out with my craft attack. I was attacked by crafting. Have you been attacked by crafting? Okay, so here's what happened. I just had this itch to make some kind of garland for my hearth for Valentine's Day. It just came upon me. Does that ever happen to you? So I pulled out my supplies, which there are many, and found some fabric and just went to town. So I made some cute little hearts out of cotton. And they're two-sided and there's two different colors, and they were just in my stash. And you really don't need a tutorial to make these because they're so simple, but let me show them to you first. So that's my hearth, ready for Valentine's. And I've got my little hearts up there, and it's changed out from Christmas. This is what it looked like at Christmas. So that was pretty busy, and I loved it. But I wanted to go a little bit less busy, kind of in between winter and spring. I mean, when Easter comes, I want to go full out flowers, and I don't want to go flowers now. So I kind of kept it stark to go with getting ready for Lent. Lent is the first day of Lent lands on Valentine's Day. So I'll be switching out my hearth then to go for Lent. I've got the Stations of the Cross banner, and it's really pretty. And so I'm going to put that up. But I didn't want it with cheerful flowers when I want it to be POW for Easter, cheerful flowers. So I found these cool twigs at my local decor store, and I just love them. It's just perfect for winter. I changed out my picture to put a snow picture up. That's Yosemite in the snow. Let me just show that to you. So that's one of my photographs that I took, and I just love it. And if you haven't seen, I actually have my photographs online if you want to get a print. They've been there for a while. So if you haven't looked, I've got a ton of photographs, really pretty ones. And so that's one of my photographs that I have on my hearth. And so that was my craft attack. Let me show you what I did making them. First, I cut out a heart on a piece of paper. I just drew a half a heart on a fold, and then when you open it, it's a whole heart, and you kind of do your own, just draw it, and you can play with it a little, but I got it the way I wanted it, and that was the size I wanted. I wanted something big. It could be small, it could be big, it could be whatever you want. It's your playing around, right? So then I took some cotton, and I cut this heart out of cardboard. It was some of my comic book board stock that I used to wrap fabrics around. You may have that, or just a file folder or something that's just a little stiff, and I put that in the middle of some cotton, and I did wrong sides together, cardboard in the middle like a little sandwich, and then I sewed all around the edge. I could have pinned it so it would stay in one place, and then I sewed all the way around, and then I took some pinking shears and went all the way around, and I thought that was all I was going to do. But I kind of thought, well, this could go over the top right now. And I got some trim. I have a trim box, and I have a bunch of this pom-pom stuff I got at a yard sale years ago, but it's just sitting there waiting for a craft attack. So what I did is I took the pom-pom and I sewed it all the way around, and then I attached it to a ribbon. How easy is that? It took me a couple hours to do the whole thing. And I mean, that's from design ideas and everything. So if you have a hankering to put up a hearth garland, there you go. That's what I did. And you can make it your own with your own fabrics and your own trims and your own size of heart. So that was my craft attack. And then other sewing, I kind of wanted to update you on my cardies. I'm still on a cardi binge. I'm not done yet. I want to get these done because I love cardigans. I've been making the McCalls 74, 76. I think I've made 3. And I love it. I love it. I thought maybe it could be a little bit better fitting if it had a set-in sleeve. So I got the Harper Cardi, which has that. Honestly, it fit about the same. So here's what I did. I bought the Harper Cardi. Oh, I didn't buy it. It was free. I think I told you that last week. So I printed the pattern, made the cardi. Here's my first tester. This was some fabric that I got on clearance at Joann's. It's kind of like a little thermal. Isn't that, it's just so cozy. So I made this. And I don't know, my jury's still out on this, and I think I'm going to share more next week, because I was going to say Reject didn't like it, but then now I'm worn it a couple times and I do like it. So things I was iffy on was I don't like the band on the sleeve, but maybe now I do. So I didn't think I liked it, but you know how sometimes you don't think you like something and then you do? I think this might be one of those. So here's where I'm at. It's my test. Sometimes I don't do all the bells and whistles on a test because I don't want to waste my time, and I didn't put the pockets on. So I'm going to put the pockets on, and I will share this with you next week, and we'll do a full review of what we really thought of this cardigan. And will I make more? The answer is yes, I'm sure I'll make more. But I also really like the collar and the button on this one. So I think I like the pockets better. I will know better when I make these pockets, whether I like these pockets or these pockets. I like that this one has the slits, this one does not. This one should have the slits. I almost feel like the slits were really nice, little addition. Stay tuned, more cardigans coming. I have 2 pieces of fabric that are sweater knits, and I really want to make those this season. Well, it's still winter, it's January, it's still winter. And get those done so that I can start easing towards spring and get away from full-on winter and start into things that I can wear going forward into spring. So that's kind of where my head is right now, if I don't keep getting craft attacks. I see one coming right now. My daughter requested some sewing, and I don't usually sew for other people, even her. Is that mean? But then she offered me a trade, so I'm gonna do some sewing for her. She makes the most amazing bread, sourdough bread. Here's a picture. Isn't that beautiful? So she made me some bread, and she would like for me to make her some sewing. I want to make her some bowl covers. So it's like there's a process. I guess I don't make bread, but there's a process of waiting and sitting, and it sits in a bowl. It needs to have a cover. So we went to the fabric store and we picked out a couple of pieces of cotton, and I've looked online, and basically it seems to me that the best way, easiest way, maybe not best, easiest way, is just to put the bowl on a piece of paper and draw the circle, and then add 2 inches around the edge. And you can either do, I've seen some with bias tape, but I'm just going to serge all the way around, fold it under, sew it, add some elastic. I don't know. That sounds easy to me. So stay tuned. Next week, I'll probably have those done, because she's already made me some bread for the reward. So she's got the reward coming. It's like nudge, right? A little nudge. So she gave me a lot of choices on special bread. I'm going to have some raisin bread. So yeah, I got to make those bowl covers. And she's hinting about some other sewing. So I might have another craft attack after this one. But I do want to make my cardis and get done with, that's just going to be my final stamp on the winter this year. That's going to be my final winter thing, is those 2 cardigans. So I want to whip through them. Like, I just want to get them done and wear them before it gets, warm. But cardigans are nice for spring because it's still cold. It's not really hot until, like here, it's not really hot until after May. And it can be kind of chilly in May even. So that's something I can wear for a few months. But I don't necessarily want to start making anything else winter after that. On the personal front, just been busy with the grandma life. What that means is my grandkids have been busy, and I kind of go watch them. They've started some gymnastics. They're both in my grandson's in a ninja class, and my granddaughter's in a gymnastics class, and they begged me to come watch. And it's so cute when you go watch, because they're running around doing their thing, but their little eyes keep looking back to see if I'm watching. So I just really enjoyed just watching them and living in that moment. That was fun. totally enjoyed that. Aside from that, just, stuff around the house, normal stuff. But I also did some photography work with my hubby. If you've been following me, you know that my husband has a photography studio, and I do help him sometimes. And this week was a fun project. It was actually a volunteer project. And our church, it's kind of a big church, this is the second year to do a winter formal for the high school kids that go to our church. So he volunteered to be the photographer and take pictures there. And so we came, they let us come for the dinner. They had a dinner, you guys. Oh my gosh, this was nothing like the prom. My hubby and I went to prom together. Okay, here's our prom picture. We went to prom together. Isn't that silly? But it was just in a stinky gym. And it was in the 70s. So your music for prom was limited to how good was the band. I don't remember ever having a DJ in high school. I think we had bands mostly. And usually high school people playing in a band. So you knew whether the dance was going to be good if the band was good. Our prom was good. We had a really fun time. If you'll notice in that picture, we were barefoot. My shoes were hurting. I think they were broken and I had put them back together with a nail. I hammered my shoes together. Like, we didn't have an excess of stuff back then. So I was in a borrowed dress. That wasn't even my dress. So, moving along, this was a beautiful, elegant, formal dance for these kids. And the whole thing was planned by the high school girls. So they got a real lesson in event planning and, what all goes into it. And because it was church, there were rules on dress code. There were rules on what music they played. It was a very elegant affair. Very. And people from outside of church were invited, but they had to be invited by somebody who goes to the church. So it wasn't just open to the community. It was for the church kids, and it was so beautiful. So I'm going to close out this video with some beautiful pictures of the decor, and it was just like they transformed the gym. They transformed our lobby. It was so elegant, so beautiful. The kids were dressed so amazing. For privacy, I'm not going to show you any of the kids. I'm just going to show you the decor and leave it at that. But it was beautiful. Man, they should leave it all up and have an adult one the next day that we can all go to. I'm going to propose that. So I just want to say thank you so much for stopping by and watching my channel. I so appreciate it. I love visiting with you in the comments. Please hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up and hit the little bell. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye now.